Yay! Now people can hear me. That's much better.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hello, and welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You. Today we're playing Go by Moonlight. And I have with me 3 lovely magical girls and a picture of a goblin.
Look, that's not a very polite thing to say about Emily.
Wow.
Well, she can't be with us, so I had to put something in her little spot. So,
You should have picked one of her, super aesthetic sandwich photos from the other day.
Alternatively, I could have a crayon drawing of a goblin.
It's fair. It's fair.
The goblin has a lazy eye. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good goblin. Quality goblin. Seeing as we're running a little bit late today, sorry. But that's all cool. We should do some introductions, I guess. My name's Ash. I'm the GM. Is it GM in this game or is it MC?
It's the MC.
I'm the MC. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Welcome to my channel. Andrew, who the fuck are you?
I'm Andrew. My pronouns are they, them. My characters that I will be playing today are Hurst and Romer, who are creepy, weird, androgynous twins who are the muses and the fates and stuff of the setting, essentially.
Yeah, because we're all kind of like embodiments of gods or deities.
We are manufactured kind of pseudo deity figures of this horrible warmongering culture.
It's not creepy or weird. It's fine. It's normal.
I was grown in a vat.
Oh God, Melody, how you going?
Hello, good. I am Melody. Pronouns are she, her. I am a writer, historian, RPG nerd, internet personality. As
All
of
around cutie.
I've got 1,000 followers now, so I think that counts.
Ooh,
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, yes, I'm playing Adna, who is young and naive and sweet and in no peril whatsoever.
it's fine. It's fine. Luke,
So
how's your apple?
It's good. It's good apple. It's delicious. Hello, I'm Luke. They, them pronouns, please. By day, I am professional GM for children. By night, I design games and I appear on shows like this one, often literally just this one. Yesterday, I released a role-playing game. You all should go buy it. It's cool. My character is called Swift, and she was not grown in a vat. She was transformed into a demigod by some horrific ritual magic 10,000 years ago in the past, because she is the time traveler.
Spooky. Cool. So, we don't have Emily playing Search today. So I think my favorite way to handle that is to retcon that we decide to go back to the Bastion instead of deciding to go to the other half of the town, and we can come back
Bad
and deal with that
spoopy thing.
another time, or even we could come back and try and deal with that today even, but we come back to the Bastion in the middle.
Yeah, I feel like that would change things to being like us hunting a leviathan or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, does someone want to recap what happened last time for me, just so that we have a feeling for where we're at?
I think I have a good memory of it.
Previously on All Things
That's your game, Luke.
Unplugged Heaven. Boom.
I
The
actually,
book
for a
had the
moment,
title. I get confused.
Luke, I actually honestly thought for a second that was a pre-recorded voiceover.
That was amazing. Like, the sound was amazing.
It sounded like a radio voiceover.
It was so good.
Well done.
Also, I used to be an actor. It's a thing I did once in my life.
So we started last
Andrew,
time.
tell us about what happened.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't remember.
So we went out on kind of a secret, unsanctioned outing to appease some spirits that both Uch, the creepy witch hag of the Deadlands, who's a friend of ours, and Cert, they were both like, yeah, we gotta go appease some spirits. And so we went out into the Deadlands outside the city to perform some ritual or something. We found ourselves in a village or settlement or whatever that had been destroyed by the army of like the Bastion people. So these are like an enemy village, I guess. And their sacred place had this big stone dropped into the middle of it that was wrecking it up and making everything really unhappy. Swift talked to a gross dead deer hanging from a tree.
Heck yeah.
I think actually that was like the time before last.
That was the time before,
This was all the last like mission.
Please don't get my strange undead nonsense confused, Andrew.
There's so much of it.
I
and
know.
So we like dragged this profane stone out of the temple space, the like ruins of the temple, and then brought the spirits back in to try to like appease everything. There was a big like cathartic ritual in which Sort kind of like took on all of the emotions of the dead spirits and vented them at
that yelled at Adna and made her cry.
Adna, while she kind of apologized on behalf of her people and was kind of like a whipping
kind of
child
like,
for this whole thing. Yeah, you just like suffered a bunch.
Oh god, yeah. It was brutal.
And it was real intense. And then we all got in a big fight about what we should do and what else needed to be done, because there were some like visions of Bastion soldiers being forced or like being made to kill themselves or being killed by some weird magic, and they hadn't been properly like buried or appeased or whatever else. There was like all kinds of weird spirit crap going on, and we all got in a big tizzy about it. And that's kind of how the last episode ended, was with us making some dramatic statements. Particularly my characters were like, no, we got to go like deal with the thing, and we were transcended, so we were like a angelic single person at this point, being all dramatic.
And by like we all got real mad, what Andrew means is Kristen Rama fell into Eclipse and threw a big temper tantrum. Just so the record is clear.
Everyone was mad at the end of it. My statement
everyone was kind of fucked up.
Factually.
I mean, everyone was mad. I feel like Kristen Rama kind of pushed us there.
I don't think
whether or not I started it.
I don't think it's untrue. I think it is a selective truth that conceals some important detail.
That is what all stories are, Luke.
Ooh, gosh.
Focusing on some things.
Don't you start this with me, Andrew Gillis. Don't you start this with me. Which can turn this into the English Literature and Anthropology Hour.
But yeah, my big moment in that episode was Kristen Romer being like, no, we don't belong here. We were supposed to go, like guide the people into heaven, and this is hell. And we're trying to like repair hell. This is dumb. We should just leave.
Yeah.
That was the main big statement from where I'm standing.
I mean, yeah, like we were there for okay reasons. Like we were like, okay, there's weird shit going on. We have to stop that going on. But then, like from Adna's perspective, anyway, then after a while, it became about like appeasing Soot and Swift's like weird hang-ups that she doesn't really understand. Or know
it stopped being about what it was supposed to be about and became about these other personal things.
Yeah.
So I resemble that remark.
You resemble it or you resent it? Sorry. So we.
I resemble
think. Sorry, I'm sniffly today. I think what we do is we cut into, y'all on the path back towards the Bastion. And like, someone gets hit in the face with like a piece of stick from the forest that like just like someone like holds it and then like it gets like whacked back, and I think Adna probably takes it like straight to the nose.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Of course, it's
Um,
Adna.
and like we see like the path ahead that's like lit by the dappled sunlight from between the Emily's bringing me drugs. The path ahead, the path ahead is lit by like dappled sunlight, and like there are, and like as we see the group like walking forwards along it, we see like slater bugs, pill bugs. What do other people call it? I call them slaters. Like scattering away into the forest as you walk along, and I think we can like cut back and then like see like how did we end up coming back? What was the what did we? How did that conversation look? What did that look like? Luke, feel free to change what you saw in your like darkest future, as far as.
Is Stuart coming back with us?
I think that's up to us. What do we want them to be coming back?
What
Yeah.
what if Cert just like stays out in the woods for a bit?
I mean, I think that's probably more interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea that Sort comes back with us and then like is not present in everything that follows because Sort is the one who takes the brunt of the like.
Oh, of the
Y'all went off on a fucking like unsanctioned mission into the very dangerous demon haunted like world outside the city
That makes
with
sense,
your
too.
engines, like with the fucking engines.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like you took these incredibly powerful and important things out there where they could have been lost.
Yeah. And so basically, like, the next time M joins us, her obligation role represents that entire span of time
Yeah.
Yeah, of like
and all that
being
bullshit.
forced to pay for our collective crimes.
Yeah.
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 Great, I'm all for that.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Yep.
All right. So,
You're welcome, M.
so yeah, like what was the
Yeah,
thing that like
so-
how did this conversation look, or what was the thing that changed?
I mean, if either of Adna or Swift wanted to like put their foot down,
Yeah.
Christopher
Yeah.
could be convinced to just not go fight the thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were basically gonna like puff up our chests and run off and fight this thing
Yeah.
for no reason.
I think
So
and like from memory, like my vision last time was a warning that like Chris and Rama going to fight the thing was like a bad timeline.
Yeah.
And so I think all we
Especially
do is
along.
just gently retcon, just like retcon what Swift's reaction to that was, instead of it being no fuck you, I am gonna go like God, I have to deal with your shit, I'm gonna fight the thing. It's just like no fucking stop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, the best
Bad
way,
bad timeline. Back to the city.
the
Yeah.
best way to get me to stop would be to pull me out of a cliff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
That-
remind me
kick
how
off
that
process.
happens.
Yeah.
So my
What is
stress
your
filled up.
what is your prompt?
Didn't
Yeah,
this
so my
change?
stress filled up. I failed the roll for falling into Eclipse, so I fell into Eclipse. And then my prompt is: none of them understand the depth of the bond that exists inside you. It is more precious than anything, the only thing worth saving. It falls to the others to take risks and face danger head on. You lead the crew into danger recklessly, but position yourself to avoid any backlash. And I can only escape when someone shows me the consequences of my selfishness and I put their needs ahead of my own.
Okay, I'm gonna okay, because it feels like we're like, even though like we're technically still on the tail end of a mission, it feels like we're more in free play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna narrate a bullshit, and y'all can like tell me if this is some bullshit. But I think what happens is Swift storms after her after combined. What is your? Have we ever discovered what your true name is, Andrew?
You can call them like the muses or the chorus or the masks. There's they
Yeah,
have all
right,
like
yeah,
theater
totally.
deity stuff
Mhm.
trapped.
Yeah. So she like storms after the muses and grabs them. And because we're both transcendent, I get incorporated into the fusion. I
Great.
become part of
I
the
love
harmony,
this.
right?
I
And
love
so
this.
like what we and so basically my way of like showing you your selfishness and like convincing you not to do it is I show you the vision. I'm like, hey, here is what happens if you do this. And so like from the outside we just see Swift like merge like into the muses, and I imagine like the muses, there's like a shift, like their hair suddenly like
I still
floods
had
red.
Adna's hair from when she had been briefly.
Yeah, and
part
it's
of
like
us while we were
yes,
in the
Yeah,
storm.
yeah.
and it's still like the shape of Adna's hair, but the color of it starts like reddening from the roots, and like
Cool.
one of your eyes starts shining like that really weird, like eerie, like emerald color that Swift's eyes are.
Oh,
and
you
like
get
maybe
the
the
echoes and the
tattoos.
trails and stuff.
Yeah, the tattoos start, right? Like, yeah, like you start picking up a bunch of that visual stuff, and then just like
Sorry, one detail
Yeah.
from last time that we forgot is you lost half of your tattoos.
I lost
You
half of my tattoos.
one
I
of
don't
the
have
two
yeah.
colors.
I don't
got
have
pulled
the.
away.
Give me a moment. I made a note of which color it was because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
that
blue.
It's like
person.
the green or the blue. got
Yeah,
taken
I'm
out.
just very quickly going to consult because I think it is important that we have the precise details. Yeah, the green. The green is still there. The blue is gone.
Mm.
Wait, that's my eyes. Yeah, the green tattoos are still there. I gave up the blue ones.
Yeah.
I always get my eyes and my tattoos confused.
Natural mistake.
Yeah, I know, right? And so like Swift like vanishes into the harmony, and I think we see Andrew. Now I'm curious, like, what does the internal like emotional landscape of the harmony look like? Like, what's our visual metaphor here? Right? Is it a stage? I feel like it's got to be a stage,
right? Like, of course it's a stage. And right
Yes.
now the stage is like dressed with like scenes of battle. Like it's
and it's like
it's
and
this
like everything's
stage, and there's an
dark.
audience out there that's like
Yeah.
kind of indistinct, and the stage is just filled with swords that are plunged into it and like piled up in like mountains of bones at either like stage left and right.
Yeah,
And
totally.
there are all these like
totally.
swords in it, and they're like standing there, and there can totally be like a conversation in this like internal space.
Yeah, this is totally what I'm picturing, right? And I think like as Swift enters, like we see the hilts of the swords grow up and turn into like trees, and like the skulls like fall apart into like piles of moldering earth, like the space ships.
Nature is profane.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
some bad nature.
I'm profane. and then I think like Swift, like she steps out of like between two of the trees or something into the scene and just says, quit this foolishness, the both of you. You don't understand what's at stake. You think we are in hell? You think this world is hell? You are walking into hell. And I think she just like takes like, right, like there's like a couple of steps, and she like takes like one of the steps over to you and is like, the course of action you are taking on costs both of you. It costs all of you. And she take like a step. It costs Adna step. It costs Surt step. And it costs me. And then I think she like takes, like cups the backs of your head, of both of your heads, like gently and tenderly, and like
they're in the thing
like
where
our
they're one
foreheads.
person.
Oh
They're
yeah,
one
cool. Yeah,
person
so
here. So yeah,
yeah, so
there's
like
just,
reach
one
out and like
forward.
press our foreheads together, and then suddenly you are like in the vision,
Mhm.
right? And it's like,
Yeah, I
you know,
see
and
the
so
whole
it's like
future.
the forest and this like horrific like spirit abomination of like death and like charnel energy and just like awfulness, and like Adna is like lying on the ground, like bleeding from like the eyes and the nose. I'm just gonna bar forth some bullshit here, right? Like this is a possible timeline. I got seer powers, right? Like Adna's like bleeding from like an eye, nose, mouth, and ears, and like isn't transcendent anymore. And we see like Swift like lying crushed under one great like bony like petrified
The thing
corpse,
is,
like,
the thing is just like a huge liquid storm
this
of
thing-
bones and bullshit. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah, bones and death and blood and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right? And like I think we see like Swift and like cunning harmony overcomes adversity. The engine is like snapped in half, and like one half of it is like buried in her chest or something, and she's just like on the floor in a puddle of blood. And then like the vision like pans up, and we see the muses in this thing's grasp as they are like pulled apart from each other, and then like pulled apart and like unmade into their constituent bone and meat and blood and flesh. And then
Delightful.
yeah, and then Swift just like pulls away and like looks very intently into the eyes
Can I
of the
retcon
muse.
this?
And-
Can I adjust this?
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
100%.
Please do.
100%.
Hrist is like suspended in the like face of this thing, and pulls Rama apart, like just like piece by piece, like completely
they're
out
like
of
made
character.
to destroy each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's even better.
Even more horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and then-
think
Yeah,
when,
and then Swift,
when we
like...
come out of the vision,
Yeah, exactly,
it's
right?
just like the muse is like holding you in their arms and weeping, and like has just like capitulated to this all. Like,
and Swift is like, and Swift is like, this is the consequence of your selfishness.
Yeah.
Now,
no, exactly.
Come back home, where we belong. And I think
there's,
that's like
the long, heavy sigh as they like separate out. Yeah.
And I think that's like the very first time you've ever heard Swift like refer to the Bastion and belonging in the Bastion and home in the Bastion in a collective, like including herself in the reference.
Home.
Yeah, right. Like normally it's like, no, you're home, and then I'm from elsewhere. But yeah, and then I think like we see like Swift like peel out of the harmony on the outside.
I feel like you all just kind of like unfold and like
we unravel,
and, like
into...
Hrist and Rama like tumble like a couple of things until they like hit trees or bushes and like go.
Yeah, we like fall apart.
Like, yeah.
I catch like one of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like by
the
the scruff of the neck, but you're like very languidly trying to like do the like dramatic lean
hand on
thing.
forehead, other hand
spirals.
like up.
Little spirals coming up off you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not having any knowledge of what's happened, Adna's just like looking back impatiently, like, "Oh, are we going?"
Yeah. And Swift does like the mother cat thing and just kind of slightly roughly like shakes Hrist and like sets them back on their feet and like smooths their hair down where it had gotten a bit rumpled and is like, "Come on," and just like turns around and starts walking back home.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you going?
And so the two of them just like flank Adna and like turn her around and just like, "Oh, we're leaving," and they just like, "It's not gonna happen. Like, time to go." And so they just like usher you away.
Yeah, and Swift just like grabs touches Surt's shoulder along the way and just like, we all head back into the city together. Like
and then we cut back to the path as you're heading back towards the city, and we can see like the bastion with its like with its big. I feel like they have a gate that's like solid steel, which makes no sense, but they totally do. Yeah,
it's cool.
And so we see that like glinting in the sunlight against the like cold grey of the walls. And when we're heading back towards it, and y'all are just like talking amongst yourselves, and I think we as the audience see this little bird just like hopping from branch to branch afterwards, following
fucking
you,
bird,
just keeping an eye on, and like I think it's kind of like a willy. I don't think it's a bird we know of, but I think it's kind of like a willy wagtail, and it just sits there going, right, and but it has that like those like weird red pit eyes, and it just watches you as you walk along talking. And we return to the
Andrew,
basket.
is that a meaningful reference to you, or should we find a reference picture? Do you know what a willy wagtail is?
I will look it up.
All right, cool. I was not sure if you have those in Canada. I feel like the answer.
I think they're native to Australia. So
we certainly
if you don't know what they are, they're very
anything a willy wagtail.
Willy wagtails are real cute, chat. You should look them up.
Yeah, these are super cute birds.
And more for you. And more for you. They're a great bird.
Yeah. So,
all right. We did a mission.
Yay. Let's do end of mission procedure.
It only took us 2.5 sessions.
I know,
That's
right?
Okay.
That's fine.
We made it. And yes, we get to do Fallout and
Yay!
all
Things
that
get
nonsense.
worse.
Yeah, Fallout.
Maybe.
Hunts us.
And then the crew has an advance. I think I've already spent my advance.
Did we?
Oh, yeah, I've got XP to
definitely-
spend.
I've definitely spent mine. I had a thought about what we should take as our crew advance. I wanted us to take one of the shrine moves.
Yeah, you wanted
I
to
feel
take
like
the
it totally
shrine
makes
from
sense
Star
within the
Wars Kingdom.
fiction.
So that's from a different
Yeah, I want to have a
playbook?
shrine. Yep.
Yeah, let me bring it up.
Because we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, we can take outside influence to get a advance from another playbook.
Cool.
And so our options are, so essentially the Shrinekeeper core move says each member of the crew has an extra downtime action option called Maintain the Shrine. If a member of the crew elects to perform this action, the whole crew receives the shrine's benefit until the end of the next mission. And then we choose what kind of shrine we have. So it can be a fox shrine, which makes the crew count as being one tier higher on the investigation track. And we have to answer what price the fox demands. The Valkyrie shrine, once during the next mission, one crew member may ignore level 4 harm. They still die, but come back to life moments later.
Wow.
What did death feel like? Whose face did the Valkyrie wear?
Oh, yeah.
And then Shrine of Eyes. The crew can recognize anyone who is an agent of the darkness for what they are. Ask an extra follow-up question when gathering information. Anyone under the influence of the darkness has a telltale sign revealed by the shrine. What is it?
Those are real good.
It's real
So,
good, friends.
Plenty of good options for us to choose from. So Fox Shrine, Valkyrie Shrine, Shrine of Eyes.
Yeah. And the fact that, like, if we take it, we don't all have to perform the obligation. It's there. If someone has, like, a free downtime slot, they can do it.
One person
they
can
don't
take a
have to.
downtime action to get that effect, and it's like a cool thing that happens in the
It
next
used-
mission.
it-
basically.
It used to be a second obligation, which was just like, oh,
It was a little too
punishingly,
severe.
punishingly harsh.
I like it. I say we take it. And do we choose one of those three
One
shrines
Yeah,
now?
one of the
Okay.
three.
Yeah, I'm less into the Valkyrie shrine. Like, I think it is cool. I love the questions, but I feel like the effect is very like straightforwardly combatively mechanical, and that I'm like not so interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel also like in the context of the fiction we've established, like that reconsecrated church doesn't feel like a place of like warlike bullshit.
So
Right,
here's my read.
So, do you
what
have
is
to go
that?
and tend that shrine?
So it's not that we're getting the shrine out in the woods, I don't think.
Okay.
Okay, can I make a suggestion? There was something I was going to do as possibly a long-term project later on, but could possibly be a justification for this, which is, I know, like, Adna knows how surveilled and, kind of controlled Suit is, and that Suit has all this weird religious stuff that she doesn't really understand. Her, like, palace thing is this enormous place full of empty halls because it's just way too much space for one person. She was actually going to at some point say, hey, do you want to build, like, a shrine in this wing that no one ever goes in? No one will know it's there.
So we have like a secret shrine, particularly if it's a
Yeah.
fox shrine. I think that's appropriate because that would
Yeah,
be a nature
right.
thing that would be bad. If it's the
Yeah.
Shrine of Eyes, then it's definitely just some horrible, creepy, like
Ooh.
Inquisition style god.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, totally. I guess that's so. If we go the Fox Shrine, maybe it's like a thing we're not meant to have. If we go the other one, it's like a legit shrine.
It's a state sanctioned shrine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably
I like the fox shrine, but also I just like foxes in general. So
I like the Shrine of Eyes. I think it's going to be interesting for us to like. It'll prompt us more to engage with like NPCs and that kind of thing than we have up to this point. And
Yeah, that aspect of it is the one I think is most interesting
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And given that we've got another crew ability which has to do with NPCs where they know stuff about us, I think it'd actually bring that up more. I think that'd be cool.
that's a really good point. Okay, so maybe what it is, right, is that like somewhere on the glory of whatever the fuck, what's it called? The sun ascendant something. It's not on the map.
Oh, I'm
It's,
sorry.
it's
I need it to be on the map, or I will keep forgetting it because it's a really long and stupid name.
It's in the
It's
series.
a beautiful name.
The unconquered sun triumphant over heaven.
Something like that? Yeah.
yeah, that's it. That's
the,
it.
the
Yeah.
unconquered sun that triumphs over heaven.
That triumphs
I
over
believe.
heaven. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think like somewhere on the unconquered sun that triumphs over heaven, there is or there has recently been built like this shrine space. So yeah, like I think it's like the god. I think it's like it's a sky god like the god of clouds and weather or something, and it's like the understanding is that like in every like cloud and in every raindrop it has eyes that are watching or something like that. And so like I think we then go back and like having kind of like figured out how to work as a group and consecrate a shrine, like that's a thing that we literally just figured out how to do. We like reconsecrate this shrine because like these priests didn't fucking do it properly, and now it like actually works.
Right, yeah.
Seems legit to me.
I'm personally in favor of the fox shrine because then I would imagine that you smuggle a fox back that you found in the woods.
Oh my god, I can have another spirit friend. My owl spirit friend and my fox spirit friend can hang out.
My proposal for the fox shrine would be that it's down with Puck in the
That would also be cool.
in
That
the
would
like
be cool.
weird like diaspora slum district.
Emily, do you have a vote for fox shrine versus shrine of eyes?
Shrine of Eyes? Yes.
All right,
Emily
Shrine of
is
Eyes
my
wins.
favorite.
Emily votes shrine of eyes.
I think Shrine of Eyes wins in that case.
Cool.
Cool.
If we shall we work that into our downtime then? Let's give ourselves that advance. And then
like, when it comes up, and we'll talk.
Yeah, our darkness hunts you and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, because we got to do downtime. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Full
track
out-
advances by
full out,
1 plus.
and then hunting.
Pardon?
Yeah, full out and hunting. Darkness hunting. Let's go.
So, it advances by 1 segment plus 1 more segment for each of the following criteria. So, first off, let's advance it 1. Doo-doo. And then, was the darkness's agenda moved forward? So this is really interesting because, like, we kind of have two agendas. I feel like it wasn't moved forward. No, it totally was because you didn't finish off the thing. You didn't finish the whole town.
Yeah, we
I
kind
mean,
of let
it's-
something fester out in the woods.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, its agenda is because we were in their path, right? Like,
yeah. There's the agenda is both of the things are trying to get at each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we've kind of allowed something to grow and gather that might then
Yeah,
come to the city to
legit.
try to
Yeah.
get at the portal
And-
of heaven.
Also, like, there is like some discord that was sowed between us as a group and between us and the society.
Yeah.
That's a separate question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
gonna-
Okay, right.
that's gonna
Oh, okay.
We'll get to that.
Ding
We'll get to
us.
that.
Oh, okay.
On another
Someone
level
was
here.
eclipsed or fell into darkness. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
So
crew
it's
came
two
closer
so
to
far.
its destiny.
Oops.
I feel like Swift. I can answer this. I think.
Yeah.
Did it come closer to its destiny?
Mm-hmm.
We kind of steered away from.
Yeah, I mean, like, on the one hand, like, we left the city, right? Like, we in a very geographical sense, we were addressing things further away from where our destiny lies. Because our destiny is, like, to go through into heaven and, like, make everything better again. But I feel like the whole, like, spiritual catharsis ritual stuff, like, is kind of, like, equipping us for what will, like, some kind of cleansing in heaven or, like, reconcilement with heaven. Like, we basically did the thing we're gonna have to do with the gods between each other as a practice run, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
like a big version of
I
that
think that's a fair
same
point.
catharsis ritual is probably how we're gonna, like, get the gods to forgive us.
Yeah.
So I think yes, I think we did come closer to our destiny.
Oh, good.
We
great.
learned about the
That's
power of forgiveness.
Cool.
Great,
Darkness
that advances the
viewers.
track one more.
Yeah.
I know.
Yay! Awesome. It's real good. Real good time. All right. All eligible PCs erase stress from their sheet, erase unspent links, reset the transcendence tracks, blah 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 blah.
Did we remember to
Investigation
add
track-
one because Andrew fell to darkness?
Yes, we did that. Yeah. Investigation track drops to half the current value, rounding up. Readiness
Cool.
is
My
currently
stress
at
goes back down.
7, so that goes to 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Fallout. Fallout.
Oh god, and now we're up to the next tier of the darkness. Great.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we weren't not going to be, so.
we roll dice equal to the current readiness tier.
After
And consult the chart.
we've dropped it down, so yeah, we're on tier 1 then. Yep.
The 0 dice?
Okay. Wait. Investigation tier describes. Why do you have Darkness That Hunts as the tier there in the?
Let me see here. So Darkness That Hunts sets the part of the table that we roll on. So it's like a
Right.
3x3 grid, and we decide
Right.
which column we're in based on the darkness track, and we roll dice equal to the readiness.
To the tier, right? Okay, I get it. Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not a great table because it's made in a word processor. It's not as visual as I would like it to be.
There's what Google Docs you can put an actual table in. There's a table tool.
I'm bad at making tables. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. We love
So it's going to be the middle column.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
Right? A dark champion acts, a friend in peril, or an enemy is elevated by the darkness.
Great.
Are our
Fucking
3
great.
options, and it'll be based on us rolling the current readiness tier.
Cool. Well, who wants to roll that?
And
I mean,
currently-
I'm the one who answered the question and doomed us to more darkness, so I'll do it.
Yeah,
I think that
so
sounds
roll
legit.
0 dice because we haven't filled the first row.
Yeah, what's this? This is Fallout. Submit, position, irrelevant, effect, relevant number of dice, 0. Extra, yep, cool. Great. Good job, me.
Double 5s.
I mean, that's like out of 0. Like that's a really good roll.
But high
Yes,
rolls
exactly, when I don't want it.
high rolls are kind of bad
Oh yeah, right. Good
here.
point.
We actually want to roll low.
So that's a friend in peril, isn't it?
Yep. Cool.
Oh no.
So,
Alright, everyone open your sheets and tell Ash about your friends.
so my friend Ock seems like the most obvious.
Yeah,
one
right. That
for
seems like the
this.
obvious one.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty
Or alternate suggestion. Like we had last obligation phase. Mine was all about like them being real paranoid and trying to figure out how to sense spirits in the city. And my friend is a spirit.
Yeah, right.
equally
You know what? I'm gonna
solid
just
options.
things that would be helpful to me include. I'm just gonna chuck in here.
Relationship map.
Yeah, well,
And
not
so-
well, just a list of NPCs.
I'm gonna start making a relationship map right now.
Okay.
And so just to blab while this is all ongoing, the idea here is that like this could include like starting a clock around the peril if we want the peril to be a little less immediate and like have it be something that we can address. We could try to have like this peril that our friend is in tie into the next mission we do. And ultimately this is Ash's decision to make about how she wants to work this in, but the structures I envision are kind of things like that. Like it can be a little bit slower, doesn't have to be a super immediate thing, although that's certainly on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the thing with Ock maybe makes the most direct sense because I can see, like, I mean, this mission was not really one we were meant to go on in the first place. Like, if anyone becomes aware of the fact that we, like, went down to Ock's place and then went out into the wilderness and that should happen, like, I feel like she will probably be arrested or something.
And we did
Like-
choose, like, the scrutiny of Inquisition as one of our things, right?
Yeah.
If I recall
Yeah.
correctly. So, yeah, our society is kind of kept in line by people snitching on each other and spying on us especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm just quickly populating our list of people so that I've got them all in one place. So it's friends.
The
of
best
confusing.
NPC of all. Whatever horrific thing lives in the Santa bag.
A lot of things live in the evil Santa bag. It's like the The place where they put all the
Krampus.
ghosts in Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
the-
right?
The
Krampus.
big ghost vault.
Krampus is in there. Krampus just lives in the bag.
And Adna's ones are Anna and Scrumnir. Cool.
Also, my next advance that I have elected to take is, gosh, what's it called? What is the name of this advance? It's from the Enigma playbook, and it's called The Big Reveal. And so the moment I transcend, I may choose to immediately disappear. Can reappear at any time in the place of my choosing. And when I surprise my enemies, myself or my allies gain increased effect on any follow-up action.
That's really cool.
So just to
I
add to the
have-
theatrical element.
Yeah, I have also taken an advance. I have taken Oracle. You can see the myriad timelines leading from past to future. Gain increased effect when you gather information. If it relates to your fated person, you also get +1 die.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to decide how many XP do you need to get in advance? Is it 10?
8, I think.
8. Okay, cool. Oh wow. Okay, right. I am due to get an advance. I'm trying to decide between Watchful, which is when you protect a teammate, take +1 d to your resistance roll. When you gather information to anticipate possible threats in the current situation, you get +1 effect. Or Here For You. You have special armor against consequences suffered in the defense of or instead of your allies. You can also spend it to give +1 d to someone else's action, which you do not need to be physically present for. So that's similar to doing a social
Like
link,
spending
isn't
a
it?
social link. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That last
Which-
one is real beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to take that because we can't get social links with Suet, can we?
Nope.
No, because he can't hang out with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Here For You. Because
Yeah,
even
so
if
you can cover
even if
for him.
Suet can't hang
You're
out
here
with
for
us,
Sort.
I
Oh,
can be
God.
here for him.
Right in
Yeah,
the
and it-
feels.
And yeah, it's more
Oh.
versatile than the social link because it can work with
Mm.
anyone as you need it to. So, yeah.
Exactly. And it's special armor, so like it's great.
Without that move, you don't have any way of using your special armor, so it's good
Yeah.
to have something for it.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I should do something with my special armor at some point. Hey.
So, as you're back in the, like once you're back in the bastion, I think someone is like, some important figure. I think it's Anna, right? Anna is like standing there with like a suite of armed guards, right? Just like,
Oh no!
like arms crossed, and is like, and is like, Adna
Yes.
is like, I've been looking for you, and now you've got Ophiel, don't you? Yeah, it's like,
What do I have? Sorry.
which yours is Ophiel? Is the
Oh,
is your-
the artifact. No,
Yeah.
Cassiel.
Okay, yeah. So it's like, and I believe the reminder of hope given by Cassiel unto a bitter world is missing. And I think Serge like steps forward and is like, I can explain, and like and so like like Serge goes off to like talk to these people, and it's at this point you realize that Ock is missing.
Oh no.
Just
Yeah.
not there.
God.
So that's up to you how you handle that.
Yeah.
Do
I don't know
we?
if-
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if any exchange of words happens at any point, but like, Swift is definitely still carrying like cunning, harmony overcomes adversity, like in its like walking stick guise, and like everything about the way that she is like not like concerned about that particular part of the situation says like, this is my thing, not
Yeah.
Bastion's thing. This is my stick. This stick is exactly where it's meant to be. 'Cause it's my fucking stick. How dare you?
So I think we hear like a big brass lowing as we see the unconquered sun that triumphs over heaven, like bow and turn towards the gates, so that it's like coming to like dock, so that you can board it.
Go back
and, like,
up there.
Yeah.
and like these and like Surt has gone off with like Anar and probably another officer. But the other guards and like a captain have probably like surround you to make sure you go on the fucking ship.
They're like,
Yeah,
go to
they-
your
they
rooms, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they escort us into the sky anchor, and then we like go back up into the ship.
I
Yeah.
feel like as they're going away, like Adna just looks totally crestfallen and just kind of like calls after them softly, like, "Sorry, I'm sorry," but like it's unclear who it's to. Like, is it to Anna? Is it to Stuart? Someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You're home. Yay. Back in
Yay, home such as it is.
where you belong.
Hard disagreement.
Back to the delightful grind.
Yeah. Mm.
Back to real hell. Kristen Romer.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy your holiday.
At least it's less dirty than nature.
Oh, Adna.
Swift just fucking looks at you like.
I think Swift has like a piece of a dead thing like accidentally stuck to them or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Fucking absolutely. Yeah. There's just like, I don't know, like she probably just got like, you know, like a little bit of like blood from like that dead deer that she was patting, just like still on her sleeve or something.
Yep.
It's fine.
Fine.
We shouldn't have done that, should we? I mean, what's gonna
Define
happen to
should-
Stuart? It wasn't a good idea, was it?
Oh, he'll be fine. He gets in trouble all the time. Yes, and it's never really a big deal. They wouldn't actually hurt him.
Something would. Doesn't mean it's a bad idea.
So,
I think they're gonna be watching more closely now. So,
Of course.
do we do the Bastion now? Is that when we do it?
Yeah, so it's part of Fallout. So during Fallout, we also ask, was there collateral damage to the Bastion itself? And this is a great moment for us to highlight it, because we could see it on camera now, if there was. Did the mission contribute to unrest, political
Yes.
strife, or despair? And for each
yes.
item, erase 1 from the Bastion track. For each time it occurred, up to a maximum of 2 times per item.
So I
I
think,
think
yeah,
we-
like,
I think we definitely contributed to unrest. Like,
yeah, you went AWOL,
Yeah.
right? Like with the engines even, and no, I don't know if that's a thing.
I mean, I expect...
What?
I think that there are weird big tentacles coming out of the like.
the like stepwell into heaven
Yeah.
portal thing.
Yeah, I think there's like an actual like thing from the portal to heaven that is actually.
I get to
happening.
name another stupid god.
That, like,
And
Yes.
it's just like kind of getting its tendrils out and like getting a grip on things and
Yeah.
slowly
I
emerging.
imagine they're as much like vines as they are like tentacles. Like it's not like they're like ambulatory, they're like tentacle shaped, but they like grow, they don't move, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but they have
Like, they're
knuckles.
sending
they just have, like,
substance
dozens
out.
and dozens of knuckles.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
all like jointed and segmented.
Yeah, and they're like growing like longer segment by segment, kind of almost like a plant.
Gross.
Like it's really
Mm.
horrifying and like
It's not stretching out; it's
Liminal?
growing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's
Mm.
It's also bone white.
Yeah,
it's
I
in that
don't
really
like it.
uncomfortable like uncanny valley space. Oh yeah, I love it. It's so good.
So they're like, there are people freaking out. They're like, somebody
course
get
there
the
are.
engines. Like, that's, yeah.
And so this is like part of why, like, I guess we're in extra trouble is because like while we were gone, or like things have started going wrong.
Yeah. And like,
Right.
people, like the government of the Bastion, the generals are sorting it. They're doing something to deal with this. I think we see like, I don't know how. I kind of want them to have flamethrowers, but I'm not sure if that fits our setting.
They've got like No, they've got those like Greek fire throwers that
Yes, yeah.
Phoenician ships used to have in the 1200s,
Cool.
right?
Yeah.
Like they're like
Yeah, they've got like
this like burning liquid is like shooting out and like
yeah,
you know.
exactly. And they're like there's these like people in like armor with like effectively like welding masks all standing around the things trying to like blast them back.
Yeah, and like the smell of burning bone is in the air. Oh god.
Yeah.
Just the worst. Oh, Ash, can I make it really horrifying? Can I make it really
course.
gross?
Emily's not here.
On like so the tentacles
Oh, your robot-y, sorry.
made of the tentacles are like it's just like bone. It's just like oh sorry. Yeah, the tentacles are like just like bone joints and really like gross like rubbery cartilaginous skin. And then there's hair on them, like really fine, like white transparent hair. And so it's burned hair smell as well.
No.
And like they totally respond when something like brushes or in this case burns the hair. They like writhe.
Yeah, they're like cilia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You okay, Mal?
Great.
You okay?
Yeah, totally. I love how much I hate this.
Yep, cool. Just wanted to check in.
So yeah, two little mechanical bits are still unresolved from the mission and stuff. Right, there's the extra Fallout questions, which we talked about, and then there's also because we left the Bastion unattended, it has to roll to try to like we have to roll to see how it's been handling shit in our absence,
Yeah.
which can make things even worse. 'Cause
So-
we're
Oh yeah.
I feel like
being
we
bad
ticked down.
custodians.
We ticked down the Bastion track 2. I feel like.
From the questions.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we
And
roll
then-
to see how it's doing.
When the crew pursues a mission that leaves the Bastion exposed, or internal strife and politics are left unchecked, roll readiness.
Yeah.
And so on a 6, the Bastion handles the trouble and the citizens grow complacent, reduce readiness by 1 after it drops by half. And so this is with our original readiness value before it dropped.
Before it drops.
Is the 1. Yeah.
So that's 2 dice. then?
So we're going to get 2 dice. On a 4 to 5, the Bastion weathers the trouble, but not without cost. The track reduces by 1, and there is resentment of the crew among the citizens. On a 1 to 3, it's a disaster. The Bastion track reduces by 3. The crew must answer for it. And on a crit, the Bastion handles the trouble and rallies around the cause. Readiness is not reduced during Fallout. So there's a chance that we retain our full readiness if we crit this.
All right, cool. I've got the fortune roll set up.
Go
Am I
for
good
it.
to go?
Yes,
Can I hit the
please
button?
do.
It's 2 dice.
2 die.
Boop boop.
Please roll good.
Ah, it's not a crit.
It's a
God
6.
damn it.
It's a 6 though. 6 is
So
good.
close though.
So-
So close.
The Bastion handles the trouble and the citizens grow complacent, reduce readiness by 1 after it drops by half.
Oh my god, there's just a bunch
Great.
of citizens out in the street, like, under
Like, oh, this thing
umbrellas,
is
like, to
fine.
keep them out of the sun. Just, like, having a tea party, like, all the nobles in the noble district, just, like, watching as they're just, like, burning these tentacles
Yeah.
on the wall. They're just like, oh, yes.
Because they assume
out
that
to
they've
the
got it
zoo,
handled.
seeing a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, god.
Cool.
Fuck the aristocracy.
So that gets
Such
us
strange vegetation through the
Yes.
gate. Yeah, it's very odd.
Yes, did you hear about Kamel's new book released the other week?
Oh god.
Camel. God damn it.
Fucking Camel.
I feel like we might want to
Alright.
like take a slightly early break before we hit. If we've done everything for Fallout, before we
Yeah,
hit
so we
downtime,
can go
take an early break.
down.
I think that sounds
Then
like
we
a
can go
good
into
plan.
obligation.
Yeah, so we get that fun.
I'm a big fan of that time. All right, chat. We'll be back
Be
in a
obliged.
minute or two. I'm gonna get a cup of tea. All right, back soon.
Good plan.